The biggest challenge with cold emails isn't writing them, it's getting them to show up in the right inbox. You can write the best email ever, but if nobody reads it, you won't make any sales. Every year, email providers tighten their rules, making it harder for your emails to be seen. But this is actually good news. It gives you a chance to stand out as your prospects receive fewer emails. And after months of testing, we built a system that lets us send up to 1,300 targeted cold emails a day without landing in spam. And it all comes down to two things: your setup and your list. So in this video, I'll show you the exact system we use to work around these restrictions. And stay till the end, because with deliverability, even if you mess one thing up, everything falls apart. Now let's get into it. Let's start with why volume matters. A lot of these email providers have security measures. You have to make sure everything you do looks, sounds, and feels human. But even with using the right tools, you can't just send 1,000 emails from one inbox in a short time span. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged and blacklisted. So you may have heard of many ways to send emails. You can buy a VPS or even use individual email accounts. But the problem with these methods is that you're left managing your own IP reputation, which is essentially a score indicating how trustworthy an IP address is based on past behaviors. So if you ever get a negative IP reputation, for example, let's say you send too many emails and you get marked as spam, this could lead to your emails getting blocked, sent to spam directly, and reducing your email deliverability rates. So let's dive into how the email infrastructure works so you know the best practices and guidelines to follow to stay out of the spam folder. You start off by buying a bunch of domains from either a registrar like GoDaddy or directly through dedicated cold email platforms like Instantly AI or Smartlead AI. After that, you set up 2 to 3 inboxes for each domain using Google or Microsoft. This way, you don't have to manage your own IP reputation or worry about getting blacklisted because you're sending emails from a trusted infrastructure used by millions of people. And even if an IP goes bad, they automatically fix it right away. Then I recommend warming up these new inboxes for at least 4 weeks before you even launch a campaign. And warming up just means slowly sending emails over time so email providers don't flag you as a spammer. Both Instantly and Smartlead have built-in warm-up features for you if you don't want to do this manually. And last thing, once all your inboxes are live, you need to set up your DNS records properly. And this includes your MX, your SPF, your DKIM, and your DMARC records. These are basically email authentication records that providers like Google and Microsoft require you to have in order to start sending emails. But don't worry if you're not super technical. The email platforms I mentioned earlier, Instantly and Smartlead, can also set up your DNS records for you. Once that's complete, that's how you fully set up your inboxes for your next campaign. But quick disclaimer, this is where most people make the mistake of thinking, okay, now that everything's properly set up, I can now send unlimited emails. That is wrong. Even with a warmed up inbox, stick to only sending 20 to 30 emails per inbox per day. Ever since Google and Microsoft have been cracking down on bulk sending emails, things have gotten way stricter. So keeping volume low ensures you're playing by the rules and staying out of the spam folder. And once you have that set up, the next step is called horizontal scaling, which is essentially spreading your outreach across multiple inboxes and domains to mimic human activity. Alright, now let's walk you through an example of what this all looks like so you can see how horizontal scaling actually works. Let's say your main domain is hotleads.com. You can buy similar variations like hotleads.io or gethotleads.com. And if your goal is to send 1,000 emails per day safely, I limit each inbox to 30 emails max and only use 2 inboxes per domain. So domain 1, inbox 1 could be Matthew at hotleads.io, and inbox 2 could be matt at hotleads.io. Domain 2, inbox 1 can be matthew at gethotleads.com, and inbox 2 would be matt at gethotleads.com. You get the idea. So once you build out this infrastructure, you just have to do math to figure out how many inboxes and how many domains you need in order to reach your goal. So if each inbox is sending 30 emails a day, you would need about 17 domains and 2 inboxes each to send 1,000 emails per day. And at Prospeo, we use 45 inboxes that each send 30 emails a day, and that's how we get to our goal of 1,350 cold emails sent every single day. Hey, if you're getting value so far, we would appreciate if you dropped a like on this video and subscribe for more weekly outbound tactics. Now let's get back to the video. Now let's talk about the importance of building a quality lead list. When it comes to building your email list, you have two options. Either one, you buy it from a data broker, or two, you build it yourself using a data provider. And I typically recommend building a list yourself because purchasing a list can often contain outdated or inaccurate information, which can increase your chances of landing in spam. So instead, I recommend using Prospeo to build your list with precision, and having some type of email verification system is crucial before you even do any outreach. Most of these email validation tools, they use outdated algorithms to verify the accuracy of the emails. So if the email is actually valid, but they mark it as risky or invalid, then you're just missing out on a valid email. And the great thing about Prospeo is that they actually use a multi-layer verification process which delivers up to a 95% accuracy. We're able to find more verified emails that are actually up to date and belong to the right person you're trying to reach. Okay, now that you have your full list of verified only emails, let's talk about automation tools to actually help you send those emails. And there's tons of automation tools on the market, MailChimp, Constant Contact, or SendGrid, which are typically used more for newsletters, but the ones I mentioned earlier, Instantly AI and Smartly AI, are the best platforms if you want to scale your email campaigns. But if you're unsure which platform to go with, I would check out my video here on my best cold email tips, where I break down these two platforms and I give you a specific recommendation on your use case. I'll also leave a link down below in the description. But if you're already using a different emailing platform, make sure they have these two features. The first feature is inbox rotation, so automatically rotating between sending emails from multiple inboxes within a single campaign. So for example, in the horizontal scaling setup, the software will rotate between these inboxes and divide up how many emails are sent from each inbox. And the second feature you need is spin tags. And this is a feature that creates similar variations of your email copy just so your emails don't look identical every time. For example, in your automation tool, if you write your text like, hi, hello, hey, this will randomly choose one of those options and output that in the email copy. And you can do this throughout your email if you can find similar words or phrases that can kind of be used interchangeably. And you have to make sure this doesn't affect the rest of your email and it doesn't sound weird. And here's an example of what that can look like. And by the way, this is just terrible copywriting. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. If you want to actually learn how to write cold emails, then I'll leave a link down below in the description where I show you the full framework we use to send cold emails. So here in the next line, it's either going to spit out, I came across your website, or I found your website, or I was looking at your website and wanted to reach out or figured it made sense to reach out. And then same thing applies for the rest of the email copy. This is pretty straightforward, but if you want more examples or if you want a template that you can work with, I'll leave a link to the full Notion document in the top comments below so you can go check it out. All right, and there you have it. That's my exact blueprint I've used to send over 1,000 cold emails without landing in spam. If you got value from this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to learn the best subject lines for the highest open rates, click this video here and we'll see you there.